Hello YouTube and welcome to another AV Helicopters video. Today join us on a flight in the Robinson R66 as we go on a spectacular trip over central London at night. Done a number of videos on how to fly over London, and there's a link in the top right corner if you'd like to see some more during the day or a breakdown. However, along our flight I'm going to point out some key landmarks, some interesting bits of information and any other relevant. We've also produced a number of pilot guides, books that guide a pilot visually through the heli routes. So if you're interested in those, please check out the link in the description below on where to purchase them. Along the way, we will point out some key features and landmarks and any other information that is relevant. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and leave any questions you have in the comment section below. Now, the helicopter we're flying today is the Robinson R66 Turbine, and it is outfitted with the Mariner configuration, which means it has the pop-out floats, and it also has the latest Garmin avionics suite, coupled with the Genesis Heli autopilot, which is a fantastic piece of kit. Our flight today departs from northwest London, Denham airfield, and we'll join the heli routes, are these imaginary highways in the sky, and we'll join the route H9 down to Northolt airfield. We'll then go eastbound just to Hanger Lane, head south to join the River Thames at Kew Bridge, and then continue eastbound along the river over central London until we get just short of London City Airport. We'll hold there, just at the southern tip of the Isle of Dogs around Canary Wharf, next to the Greenwich Dome, until the air traffic control for London City Airport can manage to fit us in between their various departing traffic. We'll then head north, crossing over the centre line of London City Airport and up what is the site of the London 2012 Olympics. We'll then head up a little bit further north towards the Lee Valley reservoirs before turning westbound again to cover along the top or along the northern edge of the London control zone back in towards Denham. So the entire flight time is only about 45 minutes, but there are some incredible views along the way, especially at night. Now this flight is a little bit different because it's at night. So if you're interested in learning to fly at night, please hit the link in the top right hand side, as we've got a two-part video series on the night rating. And indeed, if you're just interested in learning how to become a pilot, we have an entire video series on that. So again, check out the playlist for more information. At this stage, the helicopter is just clearing the airspace around Denham airfield. I'm making contact with Heathrow Control, the airspace coordinators over London, and I'm asking for a zone entry at Northwood. That's the start point of the H9 north-south heli route. We've now entered the controlled airspace and under what is known as a radar control service. We've also been given a clearance limit of up to Kew Bridge initially. However, as we get a little bit closer, the London controllers give us a further clearance onwards towards the west of London Bridge. We are just going over RAF Northolt. This is where the Queen's Royal Flight is based. We're going to do a left turn onto the A40, which is just beneath us. I'm going to use the autopilot for this, and I'm going to change the heading bug from its current southerly track to more of a southeasterly track. We've now picked up the River Thames at Kew Bridge. I'm going to follow this natural landmark all the way around to the east until we hit the major part of the city. This is where the journey gets quite interesting, and we get to enjoy the visual spectacle of the City of London with all the twinkling lights at this stage of the sunset. Altitude control at this phase of the flight is absolutely critical, because just above us we have aircraft on final approach to London's Heathrow on runway 27. So, to make sure there's adequate separation, we have to keep ourselves at 800 feet as we navigate around this section and this bend of the River Thames. We're just going past Battersea Heliport, which is down on the right hand side of the River Thames. You can see the illuminated heli deck just passing us now. We have a great video of an R66 taking off from Battersea Heliport at night, and again the link's in the top right hand corner if you're interested. Now we're coming up to what is, in my opinion, the very best part of flying over London. On the left hand side you've got Whitehall, Big Ben, House of Parliament and the Queen's Residence, Buckingham Palace. On the right hand side, or the south bank of the river, you've got the London Eye. and then as we come around the corner of the river, then you've got the Shard, which is up at 1,100 feet, and back again on the north side you've got St Paul's Cathedral, amongst other things. Now we've been given a clearance limit of holding to the west side of London Bridge, so we're holding before HMS Belfast. This is until we can get an onward clearance with London City Airport, so we're just going to hold here. It's quite a strong wind, so I'm just going to slowly put the aircraft around to the left into wind just to stabilise it a little bit. We've now got our onward clearance, and we have been spaced out between the various arriving and departing traffic from London City Airport, which is coming in from the east of the city. We're going to continue along the Thames, heading eastbound until we get towards the Isle of Dogs. We're going to then enter the hold at the southern tip of the Isle of Dogs, next to Greenwich Maritime Museum, Greenwich Park, until we get some further clearance to be able to cross over the centre line of the London City Airport. Then we'll then continue our route up the Olympic Park. Just passing the Millennium Dome, the O2 Stadium on the right hand side, and we're then going to cross over the extended centre line of London City's airport on the right hand side. We're now just going over the site of the London Olympic Games in 2012. You've got the Olympic Stadium, which is now the new West Ham football stadium. I think it can hold about 54,000 supporters. And then just behind that, you have the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park itself. Now that is not well lit. It's actually a bit of a dark area just to the north of the stadium itself. We're now clearing the London control zone up towards Banbury Reservoir, and with that we've started to turn around to the west. We're also going to make the most of the fact we're outside of the controlled airspace and climb up to a slightly higher altitude as well as we head westbound towards Denham. We've now turned onto final approach to Denham's runway 24, and we're going to make an approach to the lit runway before bringing it to a hover and then turning off to the right hand side to hover taxi back towards the base. I'm going to use the approach path lighting system on the left hand side of the runway just as a good guide to make sure that I don't drop too low on the approach. That guide is set to 30 degrees, which is typical for fixed wings. We're going to be ever so slightly above that. This is the natural helicopter approach is slightly steeper than a fixed wing approach.